All right. Hopefully my audio is working. I wasn't really set up to go live. Um, but I mean, this is breaking news. This is extremely heartbreaking. I'm a huge fan of Charlie Kirk. This scares me. This scares me for America. This scares me for conservatives. Um, this scares me for the future. Thank you, Beth. Good to see you, cheeks, Beth. Charlie Kirk, 31-year-old founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization and close ally of President Donald Trump, was shot and killed during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah. The incident occurred around 12:10 p.m. local time during an outdoor prove me wrong debate and question and answer session as part of Kirk's American Comeback Tour, where he was addressing a crowd of students under a tent in the Sorensen Center courtyard. Hey, Sparky. Hey, Jari. Yeah, it scares me. It sucks that it doesn't feel safe to be a Christian conservative or a conservative Christian in the United States of America because you have a radicalized fringe group that was basically has been manipulated, for political reasons. Well, when that happens, you don't have a choice. You have to target somebody. When your ideas don't make sense, you cannot articulate your stance. Usually, you turn to violence. When you refuse or just simply cannot change your trajectory, when you see that the information is wrong, this is what happens, right? It's like the big bully. You win an argument with the bully, he punches you in the face and says, "Looks like I win that argument." This is not going to be good. So many people talking about civil war and things like that. This is all it takes is something like this to really piss off um, these militias. There's militias on both sides. And I guarantee this was a very strategic, planned out attack, just like the recent attack in Minnesota. What's up, Barb? I'm shocked, sick. I'm disgusted. But once again, this is the reality. This is why we cover true crime, so that we don't forget the reality of what we're dealing with. We are in the jungle. I don't care how much you paint it. I don't care how much feng shui you give it. I don't care how tall your buildings become. This is a jungle. And you see all these dangerous predators out there in the wild: grizzly bears, lions, tigers. But what you forget is man. Man is the apex predator on this rock. And that's who we live amongst. Forget the lions, forget the bears, forget the tigers. Unfortunately, it's your neighbors, it's your coworkers, it's the people you share your cities with, it's the people you travel amongst, your fellow US citizen, right? Wildflowers. They're being egged on constantly by their political leaders. Truly the party of hate. It's disgusting. It's disgusting, right? They find the emotionally weak amongst us and then they exploit them through psychological warfare. Hey, Tony, Wildflower. Disgusting, sad, scary. And that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to terrorize. This is terror. This was a terrorist. All these recent acts have been terrorism. These people hate the United States. They've been brainwashed to believe that there's systemic racism. But yet we are fully set up for any group of marginalized individuals to group up together and use the system to vote out and vote in whatever it is that they would like. But when that doesn't work, they kill people like Charlie Kirk. Believe it or not, this is no different than Martin Luther King. He was a strong Christian. He talked about the nuclear family, promoting that, and really just promoting common sense. But when you've been brought up and brainwashed by your own parents, your own family, right, your satanic brother, who tells you, yeah, it's okay to dress like a girl, we support that, right? Those are the things that Satanism wants. But what Charlie Kirk wants is for everybody to be free, right? If you want to dress like a man, dress like a woman, if you're black, white, Asian, you should all be able to do whatever you want without forcing anybody else to change anything that they're doing, right? There's no law against me dressing like a woman. If I want to dress like a woman, I can. And if I feel like it, I will. You guys can make fun of me. You can talk shit to me. It doesn't matter, because in a free America, I can do that. And if I don't like it, maybe I can change the laws saying, hey, if you discriminate against me or come after me, call me names, that could be considered a hate crime. You're infringing on my rights based on a choice that I've made. But you can't force the rest of the world to go along with you. It just doesn't work that way. Or can they, right? This is the forcing. They're checking that out right now. Can we force them? Can we force them? Because there is really only one way to force somebody, right? And it's through bloodshed, right? Israel wants to get rid of the Palestinians. What'd they do? They basically genocided them. Really, right? They're still bombing them now. That's the only way they're going to get rid of their threat, is through blood. Right? How did we take over the United States of America? Well, even before we owned it, the land was gained through blood. Napoleon, the Louisiana Purchase, all through war. You want something, you have to take it. Fuck respect. You need fear. That's what we're seeing right now. This is the fear. Terror. His family, this is crazy. He was I think this might even be a photograph from that incident. I watched it on X. I was stunned. It appears that he was shot, I don't know, maybe from an angle. I don't know if it was a sniper attack. Let's read on. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, a conservative youth organization and close ally of President Donald Trump, was shot and killed during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah on September 10th, 2025. The incident occurred around 12:10 p.m. local time during an outdoor Prove Me Wrong debate and Q&A session as part of Kirk's American Comeback Tour, where he was addressing a crowd of students under a tent in the Sorensen Center courtyard. Kirk was seated and speaking into a handheld microphone when a single gunshot rained from approximately 200 yards away. See, this was a sniper. So it looks like it comes down at an angle and out his throat. So it went through probably maybe his upper cheekbone and then down through his neck. From what I saw. And it sounded just like the weapon that almost killed Donald Trump. Sounded exactly the same. Let's see. Fired from a gunshot rang out from approximately 200 yards away, fired from a nearby building, the University Lucy Center. Video footage captured the moment. Kirk recoiled, clutching his neck as blood poured from the wound. Before slumping in his chair amid screams from the crowd, he was struck in the neck or upper chest area and was quickly evacuated by his security team. No other attendees were injured, and Kirk was the sole target. The campus was evacuated and students sheltered in places like nearby restaurants amid the chaos. Kirk was rushed to a hospital but succumbed to his injuries. President Trump confirmed his death on Truth Social, calling him a great and even legendary patriot who understood the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than anyone, and extended sympathies to Kirk's wife, Erica, and their 2 young children, a daughter born in 2022 and a son in 2024. Trump ordered all U.S. flags flown at half staff until Sunday evening. This is extremely sad. This is not good, you guys. This is not good. In no way is this good. There are too many angry Americans to just stand by. This is not going to end well. You called on the thunder. Well, now you got it. This is not going to end well. Good to see you, Barb. Julia. Planned assassination and terrorist attack. It seems to be both to me. Yeah, this is not over. This stems all the way back to the political murders, right? The No Kings protest. So all of these radicalized liberal Democrats who worship their daddy Satan, this is their stand. They've never believed anything that they've said. Don't believe the serpent. Do not believe the scorpion. He's going to sting you. Once you give him a ride on your lily pad, as soon as you get to the other side, expect it. Expect to be stung. That's what's happening. Yeah, I'm getting angry. And anger is of the devil. So truthfully, that's what it's all about. Both sides are giving in to the hatred. And unfortunately, that's what happens. Some people are not going to be able to hold back. There are too many Americans wanting a civil war right now. And this is just what they need. Just like these evil Democrats, all they want is war, right? Let's go to war with Russia so we can have nuclear war. Who does that sound like? Who would say something like that? Only the devil would sit there and work towards mega death, right? Yeah, we need nuclear holocaust, right? We're going to all be safe in our bunkers in the mountains, and Elon Musk in his little flying fifth wheel, right? He's camping in space, as the radiation settles. Well, we're all disintegrated by then, right? Owner of Amazon, he's building his rockets too. That's what this is. It's for all these rich devil worshipers to hide from whatever's coming, which is most likely a nuclear war, right? With what we're seeing going on in Ukraine and all this shit, just pushing and poking at Russia. Come on, do it, right? You keep poking and poking and poking, eventually it's going to happen. And that's what they're doing with Charlie Kirk. And conservatives, really not even conservatives, just patriotic people, people with common sense, who don't want to go with Marxism, who don't want to see the destruction of the United States, who don't really believe in racism, right? Just because you feel racist and you're projecting that doesn't mean the rest of us are. But you're the one that's going to be exploited by these 6 satanic Democrats. I hate to tell you. And probably more than half of the satanic Republicans, too, who are really only Republican in name. This is definitely a spiritual battle. Sparky. Yep, you can't have an opinion. Never a believer. This is such a disgusting display of protest. In which way? Who's that? Never a believer. The shooter or Charlie? They're about to do a press conference in a couple minutes. Okay, let me find it. Does anybody have the link? Let me go down to the bottom, see if they posted the link. Send me the link to my email if you got it. Let's see. Past hour. Let's check out. Okay, press conference. Here we go. God, I hate that. So, did we miss it or what? Or has it not started?
Are now going again, building by building. That's what we've been seeing, at least here. But this will be our first chance to get up-to-date information from official sources.
Okay, so it looks like it hasn't started yet. So we'll make sure we pull that up as soon as we're ready. Let me find a backup. Hey, Grunge, good to see you. Misty, good to see you. Dawn, thank you. I did receive that. Thank you for your continued support. CJK. Yeah, CJK, I saw it. It was shocking. So I have one video ready to go. I don't know if the press conference has started. It looks like they're waiting on it now. I don't see any good backups right now. But I'll keep you posted. As soon as they go live on this, I'm going to pull it up. Until then, we're going to hang out here in the chat. Okay, something's happening. Okay, they're doing a sound check now. So they must be getting ready. Don says Sparky, he was shot by a Palestinian. Holy sheesh. What the hell? Whoops. Just lost that feed. Deception says, I'm so sorry for his wife and children. Yeah, this is extremely scary. Okay, here we go. All right, they're back up. Misty, good to see you. I seen the video where he was shot. Very scary. Yeah, everything changes right here. No sleuth, RFK 1968. Yikes. Oh, okay, gotcha. Taking everything out of context. Sorry, I'm disheveled. Okay, let me look for some updates here. Let's see. Looks like the New York Times has a running update here. So the latest update 3 minutes ago. Here's what to know. Charlie Kirk, a close ally President Trump and the charismatic founder of nation's preeminent right-wing youth activist organization, was fatally shot on Wednesday while speaking. We already know all this. Yeah, these aren't updates. Yeah, this is crazy. I was like, this is some AI shit. I was like, Twitter needs to stop with all this crazy, all this bullshit.
You're not starting. No, we're just getting our just so I'm clear.
Can you send me that link? I can't click on that. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that.
I mean, we can just even that's yeah.
Here, I'll just go to Truth Social.
Are you gonna? Okay, audio level good. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good here.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good.
Don Spain says you can't have different opinions anymore with the left. You could be killed, canceled, fired, etc. Well, yeah, if you want to keep doing wickedness, right? I want to continue being wicked, and I want the rest of the world to accept it. Not only accept it, make it part of our law. Well, everybody in the country said no. We don't want that. There
Perfect.
was a mandate.
So, as I mentioned, we
Well,
are
if
gonna
you
go
want
actively
something and you
live.
can't get it, you take it. That's what they're doing right now.
Lieutenant
They're not
Colonel
asking
Xavier
anymore.
Starter live, and he's going to give an update every 5 minutes until the actual press conference starts. Also, if you guys need a water, our UV hosts are kind, and they have brought some because I know it's hot and we're all in one room together.
Can't even think straight. How do we go forward from here as a country? I'm afraid to go to any public events anymore. Absolutely, guys. This is not going to be good. There's been too many people standing on the sidelines waiting, foaming at the mouth, but showing restraint, right? I don't know if they can hold back anymore. This is going to get worse before it gets better. Never a Believer says, my husband is never going to let me out of my house because I'm very vocal on my positions. Yeah, and you never know if you've been targeted. These idiots might be more organized than we think. You could have a large group telling the smaller groups, like, hey, target people within your own community. We will all do our own lone wolf thing and have our own targets. So, yeah, I mean, if you're
Mic check,
well
1, 2,
known in
3,
your
1, 2,
community
3,
and
check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
you're very
9, 10,
political,
11,
you
12,
could
1,
be
2, 3,
targeted.
4,
I mean,
5,
why
6,
not?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay.
Could be bootleg. Could be. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past Israel. That's the shit that they do. You want to talk about a mind fuck? Man, they perfected that. How about the guy on MSNBC saying he deserved to die? Hey, Nakia. What? Nakia, can you send me that link? Oh, here it is. I found it. Thank you, guys.
Reliable energy
Waiting for a
means a more
commercial to end, and I'll put
secure
it up on the
future.
screen.
Last year, Chevron increased U.S. production.
Look what water weight does to your body. Number
my
one,
God.
stop drinking too much water. People often
We don't know any of the
Baba.
full details
What the hell?
of this. That we don't know if this was a supporter shooting their gun off in celebration, or so we have no idea about this. But following up
A
on what was
supporter
just said,
shooting
he's
his
been one
gun
of the
off?
most divisive, especially divisive younger figures in this,
What?
who is constantly sort of pushing this sort of hate speech or sort of aimed at certain groups. And I always go back to
See, this is why it's dangerous, you guys. The reason why this is so dangerous is because we see things so different. Things that we think are ugly, that side finds beautiful. And where do we learn this from? We learn this from Satan, right? The rebellion, the rebellious, flipping the cross upside down, flipping the pentagram upside down. The androgynous fallen angel was neither male nor female, but both. We see that in the Baphomet. We see Aleister Crowley praying to the Baphomet through his thelema. And we see all of these dark-hearted Hollywood types who support this democratic movement, all adopting Thelema in the ways of Aleister Crowley and this dark magic, but it all involves this androgynous creature, right? Man and female. You guys need to open your eyes.
Hateful thoughts lead to hateful words,
Right? If you don't agree with us, it's hate.
which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Awful, awful. Everything's awful. Because he disagrees, it's awful, and he should die.
Matt,
And that's the unfortunate environment we're in.
I turn.
Not starting, they are wrapping up their command briefing now.
That's
We should have
disgusting.
about 2 minutes before they.
But I wouldn't
finish
expect
that.
anything less,
About a
honestly.
5-minute walk over here, so about 7 minutes out, maybe slightly more.
Okay, now you can tell that to the live, okay?
We should be beginning our briefing on the UVU incident here shortly. That should begin in about 5 to 10 minutes. We're just waiting for individuals involved in this to work their way over to our briefing location.
All right, let's go to the chat here. Carla, what's up? We've been making a list of all the places we can't go anymore. I definitely don't go to California. I used to want to go to Colorado. I don't anymore. And I definitely never will go to New York. It just seems like these places are un-American. Right? Let them be free. Let's just have everybody addicted to drugs and homeless, and we'll just bring in all of these illegals to take all of the American jobs, and they'll vote for us, right? We'll replace the American worker from some outside source, and they'll reward us with the vote. If we keep giving them what they want, because we know the Americans hate us. That's what the Democrats are saying. They hate us. They don't want to be communists. They're not Marxists. They don't want to promote this LGBTQ. Like in America, by promoting freedom, you're already free to do all the LGBTQ stuff. Nobody can stop you from being that if you choose to. That's what's great about the freedom. You don't need to compartmentalize it and then have some kind of uprising to support it because people aren't happy about it, right? Unfortunately, as a minority, the majority, if they don't agree with you, that could suck. But that's why we don't have a democracy. We have a republic. There's a difference. I plead the fifth. Absolutely. Is this really what America has become? No. Misty Free Spirit, this is an attack. The United States has been under attack for a long time. This is called ideological subversion. It's probably being implemented by probably China, possibly even Israel. What they're doing is they're trying to bring down the morale of the United States. They're trying to fuck us up culturally, making us weak, making us, our children hate the United States of America. All these people carrying around Palestinian flags, if our enemies were to invade us, those folks would be the ones that would join the enemy forces to fight against us. This is an attack against the United States. People have been, remember, you don't have to change reality. You just have to change somebody's perception of reality. And that's what's happened. These people have been mind fucked. We're looking at the majority of Americans with mental health issues. A lot of them have personality disorders, psychopaths, struggling with dysphoria, right? They want somebody to hear their voice. The Democrats were so willing to hear their voice, but it came at a great price, at their, the price of their soul.
As soon as I looked back at the table, Charlie Kirk was gone.
there were people who dropped their bags, their keys, and had just left, and ended up being stranded on campus for a little while.
Some people are starting to
So people
file
formed
in
prayer
here,
circles,
and so we might be
but it was
getting some
generally
pretty soon
chaos
as
for
to
a little
when this
while
may
afterward.
start. But we'll,
Was there
we'll
a
go
large
ahead and,
police
we'll get
presence
back to you
just
guys.
at the
Of course,
university
as soon as
for
this
this
takes
event
place,
itself?
we'll take a flight.
Yeah, there was plans that were made. You know, there was campus police, Utah County Sheriff on site, and there were Charlie Kirk himself had his own security team there. It was just one gunshot we heard, and he was hit.
Did you see anything or any commotion from where the gunshot came from?
No, in fact, initially I thought it was a prank. I didn't know it was real. And then we saw police officers taking it seriously, hands on their weapons, and realized what had happened.
Just describe for me sort of what you saw unfold after. And I know that, there's certainly, this has an emotional impact for you too.
Okay, looks like Charlie Kirk's murderer has been arrested.
Reporter mode, and you
Hold
have
on,
to
let me pull this up. I'm seeing this right now on X.
You know,
Okay,
it was
if we
interesting.
can
I was
have you
standing
get
in
ready
the
for the
grass,
press conference, we're gonna be
and
starting.
I dropped down with everyone else. Actually,
I don't know how true this is, but apparently this is
stepping on each other. I was stepped on.
being stated as the assassin here.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and
news
gentlemen.
conference is beginning, and we'll go to it.
Thank you for being here. At this press conference, we will first hear from Utah Department of Public Safety Commissioner. Special Agent in Charge Robert Bowles. We'll then hear from Utah Valley University Vice President Val Peterson, who's been in touch with President Jimenez. And then we'll hear from Governor Cox. I'll turn the time over to Commissioner Mason.
Hey, Olivia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time, political influencer Charlie Kirk was shot at an event at the Utah Valley University. He was taken by private vehicle to Timpanogos Hospital, where he later passed. The Utah Department of Public Safety will be co-leading this criminal investigation to find this killer, along with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We are working in unison with the County Sheriff's Office, the local police department, and the University Police Department, all of which have been very cooperative and fully engaged in this process. Shortly after the shooting, we did have a suspect in custody, George Zinn, but he was released from custody after we identified that he did not match the shooting suspect and was not an accurate person of interest. However, he has been booked in the county jail by Utah Valley University Police Department for obstruction of justice. We do still have an active investigation for the person of interest. This incident occurred with a large crowd around. There was one shot fired and one victim. While the suspect is at large, we believe this was a targeted attack towards one individual. This is a tragic moment in our state and in our country. As we heal, we encourage everyone who is struggling with news of the incident to call 988, our state mental health crisis line. In addition to that, our partners with the FBI will also be discussing other ways we can communicate through the public for tips and other information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the FBI, we extend our sincerest condolences to the family and friends of Charlie Kirk. Our thoughts are also with the people who witnessed this traumatic event. We know that what you experienced was very difficult. Our thoughts are with you as well. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake Field Office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this
Hey, Barbara.
investigation alongside with our partners. We are working on setting up a digital
Deception, that's not him.
and a
Yeah, I
series
think
of
that might be the
staff
first guy. There may be another guy in custody.
I know there's a lot of questions. This is very much an active case, and this investigation is in its early stages. We are following all the leads and all.
Send it to my email,
If
CJK.
anyone has any information, please report it to the.
I don't have my Discord up.
Law enforcement. Thank you.
If you guys have anything that might be helpful on this story, send it to my email,
On behalf of President
sleuthintuition@gmail.com.
Jimenez, who we've been communicating with, and she's on her way back right now.
Thank you, V.
Say that on behalf of Utah Valley University, we are shocked and saddened by the tragic passing of Charlie Kirk. We express our sincere condolences to the Kirk family.
Yeah, send that to me, Barbara, if you
We
can.
agree with our students, faculty, and staff who bore witness to this unspeakable tragedy. He was invited by the student group Turning Point USA to speak on our campus. We firmly believe that UVU is a place to share ideas and to debate openly and respectfully. Any attempt to infringe on those rights has no place here. We do not condone any form of violence at UVU and seek to make our campus a safe place for all.
Me too, Grunge.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this dark and tragic occasion. I want to thank our law enforcement officers who are leading this investigation, starting with.
He wasn't released. He's being held on obstruction.
His response.
I don't know what for, but yeah, not the guy. But they might have somebody else, I think.
And your team, and again to the speakers that you've just heard from, who are
What's up, badass?
This investigation. I also want to recognize Sheriff Mike Smith, who has been an invaluable partner as this investigation moves forward. I've been in touch with President Trump, with FBI Director Kash Patel. We are completely aligned with our state and federal partners as we work through this case. Now, this is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years
so there's somebody on the roof.
Founding of this great nation.
Just saying.
Sure.
He just ran from over. Where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in. And now he's right there. Just saying.
You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that.
First one of those is life.
So there's somebody on the roof right there?
And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate to shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation, here in the state of Utah, have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated.
This guy's not the shooter.
And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates. That is foundational to the formation of our country, to our most basic constitutional rights. And when someone takes the life of a person because of their ideas or their ideals, then that very constitutional foundation is threatened. Now, we have a person of interest in custody. The investigation is ongoing. But I want to make it crystal clear right now, to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah. Our nation is broken.
Damn.
We've had
Rest in peace, Charlie.
political assassinations recently, and
He had a very bright future.
we had an attempted assassination on the governor of Pennsylvania.
He would have been president. For sure.
And we had an attempted assassination on a presidential candidate and former president of the United States, and now current president of the United States. Nothing I say can unite us as a country. Nothing I can say right now can fix what is broken. Nothing I can say can bring back Charlie Kirk. Our hearts are broken. His wife, his children, his family, his friends, and around the nation. If anyone in the sound of my voice
You can see him running.
celebrated even a little bit at the news of this shooting,
Look up at the top of the roof there.
I would beg you and to see if you can find a better angel in there somewhere. I don't care what his politics are. I care that he was an American. We desperately need our country. We desperately need leaders in our country. But more than the leaders, we just need every single person in this country to think about where we are and where we want to be. To ask ourselves, is this it? Is this what 250 years has wrought on us? I pray that that's not the case. I pray that those who
I used to think that all the time when I would listen to him. I was like, man, I can't wait till he becomes president. He has such a head start. He didn't waste any time on his political career.
His family,
he was way ahead.
And that all of us,
he could have been the youngest president even.
We'll try to find a way to stop hating our fellow Americans. With that, we're happy to take a few questions.
The FBI director is
See, the only problem is when you're trying to convince Satan not to do evil, you're talking to a brick wall. Because the way we see pleasure is the same way wickedness or wicked-hearted sees evil. It's fun for them.
Yes, we are actively looking for anyone and everyone who has any possible information relating to the shooting.
Can you tell us details about the suspect being taken into custody? Where? How long ago?
We cannot at this point, but we will get you that information when we can.
Is there believed to be a second individual involved in the shooting?
At this point, there is no information that would lead us to believe that there is a second person involved.
Can you guys talk about the possible
do you want to talk about what we know there? Yeah.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that. The shot came from here on campus, from a location at a third, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
So did FBI or DHS have anything on the threat at this point?
I can't speak.
I'll just say that the investigation is ongoing, and as soon as we have further information, we will be sure to release it.
Any indications of foreign intelligence involved?
As of now, I can't comment on any of that.
Amy, go! Stop, folks! Stop! Easy! Amy, go!
So this is them rushing Charlie
We have a very large campus. We have
to the hospital.
students. And
Damn.
Students. We love our visitors, and we're devastated by what happened today. This is the police chief's night.
I mean, I guess it's fucking on. I don't know.
I'm very saddened for the Kirk family. I know his wife and parents found out about this. Obviously he's away from home. He's here in Utah. They find out by a police officer that visits their home. That's tragic. Nobody wants that. But I can tell you about our venue today. This was an open venue. This was outside. We did have 6 officers working that event.
We had probably over 3,000 people that were in attendance. It sat down in kind of a bowl area here on the central campus. We have a waterfall area. And so he was kind of in a lower area surrounded by buildings. We had some plainclothes police officers that were in the crowd as well. We train for these things, and you think you have things covered, and these things, unfortunately, they happen. You try to get your
It
basics
says here
covered,
the subject for the
and
horrific shooting today
because of that, we
that
have to
took the
train
life
these
of
things.
Charlie
So
Kirk is now in
we had officers
custody.
there. We had,
Thank you to the
Charlie Kirk's
local and
team,
state authorities in Utah for
the
your
security
partnership
team
with
that
the
travels with
FBI.
him, and they were here with
This
him
was
when
posted
when
about
he
10
was
minutes
shot.
ago.
I'm sorry, see? At this point, I can't disclose that.
There was a question being asked about mass shootings. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
Say the question again. I don't know if I understand what you're saying.
When Charlie Kirk was shot, he was answering a question about mass shootings specifically. Was that person apprehended? And do you know who asked that question?
I do not. We do not have that at this moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have time for just one more question, so thank you.
Yeah, a question for the chief as well. Was it your team or Kirk's team or a combination of both that kind of set the security protocol for the event?
Yeah,
So we
good to
work
see you,
together.
Melissa.
He has his team. And
Me
they
too.
do this all over the country. We all know that. This is not uncommon for them. They're very comfortable on campuses. And I was coordinating with his lead security guy. And so, yeah, we were working together.
Was this a sharpshooter type shot?
Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions that will be answered today. Again, thank you for covering this. We will be updating you as soon as we have additional information through normal channels, working with law enforcement. Again, our deepest condolences to the Kirk family and to the students who were there today. I would just ask everyone everywhere to please pray for their family and pray for our country. We need it now more than ever. Thank you.
Dang. I mean, I am absolutely speechless. All right, guys, this is going to be our 5-minute warning. We're going to spend the last 5 minutes in the chat. I'm going to check my email real quick. Not sure who this is. Okay, so somebody's saying this is the suspect. Don't quote me on this. Or could be. Apparently posted, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope somebody evaporates him literally. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. And then it looks like we have our usual suspect. The mentally deranged lefty here. This guy's not a true transgender. This guy is just a psychopath created by the left. Right? It's kind of like Silence of the Lambs. Like, help me catch Buffalo Bill. Is he a transsexual? No, but he thinks he is. That's what we're dealing with. Yeah, this is upsetting. This threw me off. I was about to go live. I still might a little bit later, but I was working on a video. I was like almost finished doing the audio, the voiceover, the overdubbing, and then boom, my phone just lit up like a Christmas tree. It's like, and I was just shocked. Here, let me look something up. His name is Omar. Let's see. At Nadra Galves. All right. So here is his page. These posts are protected. And of course, you have an image of people burning in hell. Jesus. What's up, DP? We have indoctrinated an entire generation of people with this sick ideology, and we are reaping the rewards. No, our enemies are. This is an enemy tactic. This is a type of psychological warfare. This is basically a preemptive strike. It's a very Machiavellian way of approaching warfare, right? Very strategic, very patient, formulating a plan that you expect to reap the rewards years and years and years down the road. That's what they did. It's ideological subversion. So what they do is they corrupt an entire generation of a country, getting them to completely hate their country, to completely disagree with, let's say, capitalism and choose Marxism, to go against patriotism and support our enemies, right? People running down the street waving Palestinian flags and things like that. So if I had to guess, it would most likely be China that's responsible for this. You know, implanting this Marxism and this wickedness into our system, right? The Great Red Dragon. That's what it looks like. This is the reason they believe it's this person. They posted, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him. Literally. Let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. It's fucking terrifying. All because they couldn't handle the truth. If you can't handle my truth, I'll force you. You may not respect me, but you will fear me. This cannot be tolerated. And unfortunately for a lot of these lefties out there, some of these crazy wing militia types, they will respond. We will see some kind of a retaliation. I'm sure of it. I have no doubt about it. All right, let me see what else I got going on my email. Okay. All right. I think everything's up to date. Yep, Sparky. And these people aren't even really transgender. That's the problem. Like, think about it. There's more Hollywood actors, naturally transgender children. Oh, I wonder how that happened. Wow, what a coincidence. Right? Something that's supposed to happen naturally just seems to be happening at a very rapid rate with liberals. Interesting how that happens. So we're dealing with a bunch of Buffalo Bills. These aren't real transgender people. These aren't people. These are just sick people. Sick individuals who are being manipulated. Well, that's why this is happening, Sparky. These are death rolls, right? This is the final breath of the serpent. All right, guys. So very sad news. This is breaking news. About 3 hours ago, Charlie Kirk was shot dead. It was presented live on camera. You could see the assassin running across the rooftops. Apparently did escape for a period of time and may now be in custody. We're still not sure who the shooter is. But I will keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys say a prayer for Charlie's family, for America, and for yourselves. Talk to you guys soon.